A story's plot has 5 parts. They consist of the exposition, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution. Let's look at these as we read Dog Breath by Dav Pilkey.
Exposition.
There once was a dog named Hallie who lived with the Tosis family. Halitosis was a very good dog, but she had a big problem. Halitosis had horrible breath. Whenever Halitosis opened her mouth, horrible things happened. When the children took Halitosis for a walk, everyone else walked on the other side of the street. Even skunks avoided Halitosis.
Rising, 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 rising. Action!
But the real trouble started one day when Grandma Tosis stopped by for a cup of tea, and Hallie jumped up to say hello. Mr. and Mrs. Tosis were not amused. "Something has to be done about that smelly dog," they said. The next day, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis decided to find a new home for Hallie. The children knew that the only way they could save their dog was to get rid of her bad breath, so they took Halitosis to the top of a mountain that had a breathtaking view. They hoped that the breathtaking view would take Hallie's breath away, but it didn't. Children took Halitosis to a carnival. They hoped that Hallie would lose her breath on the speedy roller coaster. But that idea stunk too. The plans to change Hallie's bad breath had failed. Now only a miracle could save Halitosis. Later that night, when everyone was sound asleep, 2 sneaky burglars crept into the Tosis house. The 2 burglars were tiptoeing through the dark, quiet rooms when suddenly they came upon Halitosis. "Yikes!" whispered one burglar. "It's a big, mean, scary dog." "Aw, don't be silly," whispered the other burglar. "That's only a cute little fuzzy puppy." "That dog couldn't hurt a fly," whispered one burglar. "Come here, Poochie Poochie," whispered the other. So Halitosis came over and gave the burglars a nice big kiss.
Yes!
The next morning, the Tosis family awoke to find 2 burglars passed out cold on their living room floor. It was a miracle. The Tosis family got a big reward for turning in the crooks. In the end, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis changed their minds about finding a new home for Hallie. They decided to keep their wonderful watchdog after all.
Resolution.
Because life without Halitosis just wouldn't make any sense.